welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Mishra and we talk about all things budgeting, the good and the inevitable bad. So today I just wanted to kind of come on here and the other day I was just kind of thinking and I just wanted to share with you 5 lessons that I've learned while being on my debt-free journey or paying off my debt. So yeah, if you're new to my channel, please stay a while, subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, and that would be very much appreciated. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of look down at my notes, but the first lesson that I learned is money is as much about behavior as it is about knowledge. So, you could know all the budgeting methods, you could know all the debt payoff methods, the snowball, the avalanche, whatever. But if your actions are not in line with what you know or your methods, then you're still going to struggle to pay off debt. For some people, it might not even be your behavior, but I know, like, say for me, I have a partner, so it's not just my behavior, but it's also my partner's behavior. So another key thing is just being on the same page with your partner, so your partner's behavior. And then one other thing that people may not really think about too often, or they just might not be aware of, is your mental health. Sometimes your mental health can really hinder your ability to be able to pay off your debt. And so, it's a good thing for us to kind of keep that in check or keep that in mind and kind of think if that's a factor that would affect us with paying off our debt. So yeah, behavior is just as important, if not more, than just knowing about how to pay off your debt and your finances. So number 2, you don't have to throw all of your money at your debt. And so this is one thing that in the past I had done. And I would say I would get like a $5,000 tax return and I would just decide to take all of that money, put it on my debt. But what I neglected to do was put money aside for emergencies. So whether you decide to do your $1,000 baby emergency fund, or you build up your 3 to 6 months, and you can do this simultaneously while paying off your debt, right? But I think having that is also important, because I would put $5,000 on my cards or on my debt, and then the next thing I know, when something happened, I didn't have a buffer, right? So then what would I do? I would have to go back to my debt. And so it would just kind of create a cycle. And I did this multiple times. Like, it's a learning curve, right? So I did this multiple times, but yeah, you don't always have to throw all of your money if you get a lump sum at your debt. I know that we want to get it out of debt quickly, but sometimes it's not that beneficial. So you can put some money to debt, some money to your emergency fund, or just decide to build up your emergency fund first completely and then start paying off your debt. Obviously, personal finance is personal, it's up to you, but yeah, you don't have to throw all of your money at your debt. And number 3, so credit card purchases are part of your monthly expenses. So I know sometimes it might be easy to just swipe that card and forget about the expense, but especially if you're using your credit card for like gas or food or like monthly expenses, if we don't account for that, when we're budgeting, we're not really realizing how much we're actually spending or need to spend in our categories. Because if we're just swiping the card and forgetting about it, we're not taking that into account. So credit card purchases are part of your monthly expenses. So it's important to take that into consideration when we're developing our budget and how much we need to live, to spend in our categories for each month. And number 4, so this is kind of a hard one if you already have debt. So it's something that I know, but it's not something that I can put into practice now because I already have accumulated debt. But only use what you can pay off within that billing cycle or the next billing cycle. So, that way you're not incurring interest and you're using your card wisely. So, you might not have cash, you want to use your card for something, but at least knowing that you'll be able to pay that bill off in full, then you're not accumulating debt and it's not weighing down on your shoulders. So yeah, that's definitely one. I know for people that already have accumulated debt and they might have, a balance of $2,000 ready, that's not necessarily something that you can take action on right away, but that's just a better way I found to manage your credit card. So finally, don't beat yourself up, because truthfully, like, having debt is not against the law. It's not illegal. I know sometimes, like, especially being on debt-free journey, you just feel, I don't know, you just kind of feel like an obligation, especially if you're putting your stuff out there on the internet, to do something one way or to just pay off your debt. If you kind of fall back, you might feel bad, but don't beat yourself up. What's more important, if you haven't built up your emergency fund, or if you do have to use your credit card for something important, what's more important is that you have a plan. You have a plan of when and how you're going to pay it off. But yeah, it's not against the law. Like, you don't have to feel bad for using it. And I know sometimes we put ourselves out there, and so we might feel bad how we portray what we're doing. But at the end of the day, we're human, and sometimes that might be what we need to do. But so just don't beat yourself up. Just have a plan of what you want to do to pay it off. So those are 5 lessons, and I'm sure there's a lot more that I've learned, and as I'll continue to learn as I'm on my debt-free journey. But I just wanted to share those with you, and hopefully, it gives you some peace of mind, or maybe it's something that you never thought about. But yeah, so I just wanted to share those with you, and I really hope that you enjoyed my tips. And please subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and like this video if you haven't liked, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.